apologize for the unprofessional look in a t-shirt, but I ran up here real quick to try to get this video out as quickly as I can. More information is coming out about the Boulder, Colorado shooter. First of all, his name is Ahmad Al-Aliwi Alisa. He's a Syrian-born American. He spent the majority of his adult life here, or actually the majority of his life, here in the United States. The left ran from this story immediately. And when the left runs from a shooting, if there's any kind of a murder that takes place with a firearm involved and the left sidesteps a little bit, we know why. It's because there's no way to tie racism to it without it being reverse racism. Clearly there might be racism involved here, but it's not the kind that they want to celebrate. So it told me early on what I suspected, and of course it came out that this was in fact the issue. So they're going to celebrate the shooting, but ignore the shooter. That's what's going to happen here. They want to find out if the guy bought the gun legally. It sounds like he did buy the gun legally. In fact, it looks like he bought it on March 16th. Family members say that he purchased it. They do want to celebrate the fact that it looks like he purchased a Ruger 5.56, an AR-15 chambered in 5.56. Joe Biden came right out immediately. Clearly he already had information of what type of firearm was used, because you can tell that he's giddy about the fact that now he needs to take this moment to ban more assault weapons, as they call it, and as he incorrectly calls high capacity magazines, standard capacity magazines is something that must have been used also, because then he makes it a point to bring that up. But I'm going to play this video and I want you to pay particular attention to something. Notice that he says modifications. Notice that. Again, he goes off on the assault weapons and the high capacity magazines, but segues right into modifications. Check this out.
While we're still waiting for more information regarding the shooter, his motive, the weapons he used, the guns, the magazines, the weapons, the modifications that apparently have taken place to those weapons that are involved here, I don't need to wait another minute, let alone an hour, to take common sense steps that will save the lives in the future, and to urge my colleagues in the House and Senate to act. We can ban assault weapons and high-capacity magazines.
Now, what do you think the man's talking about? I know that not many people know what Joe Biden is talking about, but I'll give you my guess on what it is. Had I not heard the gunfire from that idiot that was filming and telling people to call 911 as he's filming with his phone, I would have probably thought that the modification was a suppressor, because if you remember, Hillary Clinton went after those, even though they're not used in crimes. But it wasn't. I heard the report. The report is a pretty common sounding report of a non-suppressed firearm. So we know that's not the case. We also know that the modification that they're alluding to, or that Joe is alluding to, is also not anything to modify the trigger. Or if it is, he didn't use that technology to get a rapid rate of fire, because there's clearly not a bump stock that was employed or any kind of a binary or echo trigger that was employed, because the shots that I heard through the video were just standard single shots that were randomly fired and not in close proximity to each other. In other words, the guy was not trying to bang out rounds quickly, which also makes it sound like the standard capacity magazine didn't play a part in this anyway, because the guy didn't shoot enough shots to have to reload. That's not going to make our case, though, because, of course, they want to go after these anyway. You know what my thought is? And, guys, I'm going to tell you right now, it's March 23rd at 1:21 p.m. I can almost guarantee you what it's going to be. The modification they're talking about is going to be stabilizing braces. They've been wanting stabilizing braces for quite some time. If you remember, this topic came up last fall, and it kind of slowly went away because we had the elections that kind of muted that a little bit. They're reheating it now. Now they're coming back to these again. They want stabilizing braces. They've always wanted stabilizing braces. They can't stand the fact that we have AR pistols out there that can be equipped with a stabilizing brace. I'm telling you, this is their attack on stabilizing braces. That's going to be the modification that somehow made this firearm more deadly than it normally would have been. They've got an AR-15 style weapon. They have a 30-round magazine, and they're going to have a stabilizing brace. Three things that they are wetting their pants and humping each other's legs over. This is a great day for the anti-gun movement. A beautiful day for them. Going to ignore the background of the guy now because it doesn't fit their agenda. No claims of racism or anything like that. Even if it was a racist shooting, not important. Right now, they got what they want. They are going to use this to go after the Second Amendment like you have never, ever seen before.
We can ban assault weapons and high-capacity magazines.
A lot of people ask, what can we do about it? Guys, I put together a toolkit. You can find it out at legallyarmedamerica.com. Again, legallyarmedamerica.com. I put together a toolkit that is a petition that goes to all senators of the United States Senate, all congressmen, Joe Biden, the DOJ. I sent and all 50 governors. I put that petition out there. Once you sign it, it goes to all of them. I also put in that toolkit, there are some form letters out there that you can copy and paste. If you want to send a physical letter, you can do that, put your own name on there. Or if you want to email your congressmen or senators, you can do that as well. Nevertheless, I'm trying to provide as much information as I can to help you and all of us fight this, because this is a fight that they're willing to fight. We got to be willing to fight it too. I even have links on there so you can find your own congressmen or senators if you don't know who they are. The links are out there, guys. You just got to go out there and get them and act on them. Act on them, because I can promise you this, they're not sleeping right now. They're excited. I don't care what they say. Let me make this very clear. The anti-gun movement can sit there and shed these fake tears all they want. It's never been about the people. It's never been about the kids. It's never about any of this emotional stuff that they use to try to tug on heartstrings. It's always been about control. It's always been about guns. They are going to do whatever it takes to disarm honest, law-abiding Americans, and they are going to use illegal murders that take place like this to attack law-abiding citizens like you and myself. We have to be willing to fight back. This is the time, guys.
We can ban assault weapons and high-capacity magazines.